You're like a little angry velociraptor. The first one that comes out, it's got the shaving thing. Yeah, looks like Joan Rivers.
Yo, dude! It's Yo Dude with A&J! Yo, dude! Our Hypothesis Podcast Metropolis!
Yo, dude.
Welcome, hey, what's up, man? Welcome,
Yo.
welcome to our fun, crazy circus. Oh man. So first ever Yo Dude podcast. We're gonna start it off. Like we will probably do most episodes, and we're gonna do some anything that kind of crosses our path that's a little bizarro and weird, and we're gonna talk about it because we enjoy those kind of things, and we typically talk about them anyway. So
Right.
figure let's put it on camera, right?
Yeah, so it's definitely a bizarre world. This bad boy of a story comes from the wonderful area of Indianapolis, and it was posted April 16th, so a little while ago, but it was just updated not too long ago. So, pet raccoon stoned off with too much weed brought to an Indianapolis firehouse. Confusion ensues. So, firefighters at Wayne Township Station 82 opened the door early Friday morning to one of a kind help request, right? So, a frantic woman, distressed because her pet raccoon was way too stoned off with too much weed. That's not. I don't know how that's possible. But
That's pretty hilarious. I think I heard something about the story eventually, or when it first came out, and yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how's your pet raccoon get so high?
right. I'm a little behind on the raccoon stoner stories, but according to the township fire department captain, the raccoon had been exposed to too much of someone else's marijuana. For those listening audio only, I did air quotations, and its owner were worried about it overdosing. So that makes me wonder if it wasn't pot.
First off, how's the raccoon gonna ingest it? Like, did they
Right.
just swallow it? Do they? Because they don't have opposable thumbs. They're not hitting the bong. They're not puffing a J. They're not.
No, but raccoons will eat anything, man. So he just found the stash.
So they probably just ate it. Had to have eaten
Yeah.
it.
Dogs have been known to do that, man.
I mean, it makes sense.
Cats will think if you grind it up, it can be catnip.
Put it in a brownie.
You can put it in a brownie or whatever you want to put it in. Actually, technology be advancing. But
Well,
anyways,
yeah.
so there's a bunch of confusion, right, between the dispatchers talking to the PD department there,
Yeah.
and the fire department that we're currently talking about, and he says the raccoon was very lethargic. She started to explain what happened, and there wasn't really much going on that we could do. It was just a sort of thing that was going to take time, is what the rest of the chief had issued, right? And
Yeah.
so according to the police, talking to the dispatch, apparently they have a pet raccoon that got in their meth stash, according to an unidentified officer. Um, so
So wait, I thought it was pot. Now it's meth.
now it's
they're
meth, and then this is what the confusion is, right? And so a minute later, the dispatchers try to clarify. Sir Speedway doesn't have anything, but fire did call across the hall saying that there was a raccoon, somebody's pet raccoon overdosed on heroin. So now
So wait, so it was weed, then meth, then heroin.
so
This sounds like this raccoon was Robert Downey Jr. in the '90s.
right. He just likes to taste the gun steel in his mouth.
He's gonna wake up in some like one of his neighbor's son's beds, like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. If
Iron
he
Man.
had an Iron Man suit. That's funny. So, and then that was pretty much into that story, right? So, this one comes from the wonderful area of Clear Creek, Tampa, or Tampa, Florida, more or less. Police are looking for whoever is responsible for defecating on the floor of a new home under construction. Not uno, not dos, not tres, but cuatro times. 4 times, my friend.
4 times, huh?
Yo, dude, 4 times. And so someone was taking a dump in this new construction house, right? And
Yeah.
they get caught on camera. and then they come back the next day, and then there's 4 of them. So taking dumps in this new home under construction. This construction
Yeah.
site. Yeah, like so. I don't know. It sounds like a personal beef, like with a work crew or something, man. But anyways, the group was dubbed the Serial Poopers Gang by local media outlets, and this was just May 18th. So this was
So there was
long ago.
so there was 4 of them that were pooping.
The first time there was 1, and then the second time
Came back
there
with
was
4.
4. He came back with 3 more.
He was like, squad up.
Right. Squad up. Yeah, I get it now. Huh.
Did they all? But did they synchronize with like a synchronized pooping team? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
the video wasn't attached, but
I say that's a pretty personal thing. Like, I mean, like you all have to be ready to go at the same time. Like, I mean,
no, I agree. That takes some serious logistical planning. I mean, was there like but staying on the thread of pooping, since we're already here, right? This came from last year, September 20th, 2017. And this kind of goes to show you what type of people live in Colorado Springs.
oh yes.
And this is for if you caught the teaser trailer from earlier last week. This is an entirely different story. That other one was his personal experience, but and I was stationed at Fort Carson for like 6 or 7 months, man, for a minute there.
You know about the Springs, you know.
Yeah. No, the champagne room is lit. If you're near 20-year-old Jay, love that place. I'll tell you what. But anyways, police in Colorado are looking for a jogger. They have dubbed the Mad Pooper.
Dude.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, I don't watch the local news very often, but literally in between every I want to say this was the last year, right? You said?
Yeah, September 2017.
Okay, so I was watching football on TV, and literally every commercial break was like they were talking about the pooper. I remember this and it was crazy, and it was actually in a pretty nice neighborhood actually, from what I remember.
Right, I think that's probably part of the reason why it made the news, right? A bunch of shocked class people, right? So this Colorado Springs are looking for a jogger. They say reportedly interrupted her runs by defecating in public in one neighborhood. So I wonder if she had I mean, unless you get off on that type of stuff, which I don't understand. I know there's the Cleveland steamer. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? But the whole in public thing, I don't know. So maybe she had the runs on her run.
I was gonna say maybe she had the runs, but from what didn't she do it a bunch of times?
Yeah. So this woman, I'm gonna leave her name out of the article or out of the podcast, but she was first alerted to the woman. She says dubbed the Mad Pooper by her children.
The Mad Pooper. That's so weird.
Oh man, who caught the jogger in the act weeks ago. The woman apologized after she questioned her, but says the jogger left her something behind on her runs at least once or twice a week for the past 7 weeks. Wow.
I mean, maybe she has to run to get it out. Maybe that's why she's running.
So the neighborhood watch have spoke to the police. The police are asking for pictures of the woman pooping so they can help identify her. And then the lady that I kept her name out earlier, her and the rest of the neighborhood watch have put signs up asking the woman to stop, and the signs say there's a public restrooms in the area.
Dude, what is wrong with people? First off,
police sergeant calls this case uncharted territory.
Yeah, no, duh. Have you I don't know how long you probably have to be around in a force to be you know what, this is going to be a thing. We have to go find somebody who just randomly likes to poop everywhere on runs. That's genius. I mean, I see it all the time because I work in the not so great part of town. People just doing random stuff, but nice parts of town. Just go to your house.
Yeah. It's not that big a deal, man. And shit like that. I mean, it's gross and it shouldn't happen, but shit like this happens.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Everywhere, all the time.
Forrest Gump. How many times do you think Forrest Gump had to stop? He just kept running.
Just
Had
kept
to poop
running.
somewhere.
When he went, he went.
I mean, it's pooping.
But
Poop
yeah,
and
no,
running.
it's a
I mean, it goes hand in
bizarre
hand.
world after all.
Dude, speaking of that randomly, I don't have anything in front of me at all, but the Boston was it Boston? One of the marathons, man. There was somebody who pooped themselves and just kept running.
I remember
And
when Ronda Rousey hit that chick and she grabbed her pants. You remember that?
that's fun, dude. But
Yeah.
that's like that makes more sense though, because your body is so in like just all disarray. Like if I'm sure you could just hit somebody right where it's gonna make
Oh,
them.
okay. I got a good story. I'm pulling this from the Army Vault. All right.
Yeah.
So
Are you pulling it from the annals?
from the Army Annals. But anyways, right? So I had this battle buddy who was in my squad for a deployment and part of that train up, and his name was Bogart, right? So Bogey was notorious for getting when we were in garrison, not overseas, but training or whatever, shit faced drunk and shit himself. Or shitting all over the NCO bathroom, or shitting all over the private, the Joe's bathroom, and so he went on leave, man. We were fucking where were we? We were either in Mississippi or in it could have been Colorado, it could have been at Carson, or it could
Colorado Springs.
have, yeah, or man, it really, yeah, no, he was there. He was on the Colorado. That was the Colorado Springs activation. But like, anyways, the dude, right? So he goes home and he says as a kid he had he had issues, right? When the army
Yeah.
was a new opportunity for him to get his shit together as a young adult, but as a teenager he was a shithead, man. But so he didn't have a driver's license. He was in one of the earlier years of Iraq, without getting airing out all his laundry, but so the dude, saw some shit and definitely liked his beer when he was off duty, right? So he was on leave, and he said he was banned from every continental Safeway in the United States for shoplifting as a teenager, right? But so he was at home. It was the middle of summer, and he was drinking. He always liked to drink ice cold Still Reserves, the
Oh.
211 Still Reserves, and the black, and they had to be the black can, right? And so he said he pounded about four of those bad boys, right? And because he didn't have a driver's license, he was riding his fucking bike through
What are
his
those? Those are like
hometown.
those the double deuces? You got
The
the twin twos?
yeah, the pound and a halfers, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's riding through his hometown on his bicycle, his sweet 12 speed, and has to take shit. So he sees the Safeway, and so he darts in, and the same man, he lives in a smaller town, right? And so the same
Yeah.
manager that ran the Safeway as he was growing up still runs that Safeway.
Oh my
So he
gosh.
sees Bogue go into the Safeway and makes eye contact with him. So Bogey makes a turn down the gift card aisle, and he sees an older lady, as he described, like B. Arthur old from Golden Girls,
Okay.
right? And so she's looking at the gift cards, and she sees him, and he stops, and he's got to take, he's got to go, right? And any vet out there from the early Iraq War or even early A-Stand knows that IBS is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Even when you don't even know you have it at that point, right? And so like you mix in a couple cold brouhahas, and it's quite the mix. And Bogey he's half Korean so his diet was definitely spicy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lightning in a bottle, more or less. And
Perfect
so
storm.
and a lightning in a can of 211, and so now he's pinned between the old lady in the gift card hall and the manager that knows him, right? And so
Yeah.
he chained up his bike before he went in too. I forgot to mention that part. And so so he's got his key in his pocket, and he stops and he hesitates for a half a second, and he ends up taking a dump in his pants. Right?
Oh
They were
no.
actually jean shorts.
Oh. George.
So going commando, there's no resistance
Oh
to
no.
the flow. If you get what I mean, and
Oh
the
man.
still reserve 211 flow at that. Right? Plops on the floor, or run, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
talk amongst yourselves. And so, anyways, he panics, picks it up, puts it in his pocket, and starts to run, right? And so he jukes and jives the old lady and beelines and gets out of the store, right? And goes up to the front where his bike's locked up. At that point, the local police department's there, right? A small town, they're there really quick, and nothing
Yeah.
nothing going on, right? And so he's trying to get out of there, but his bike's chained up, and he's got to dig in the poop pocket to pull out the poop key.
Oh no.
So yeah, he didn't get away.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
rusty key, huh?
Right. So we all have rusty key. So we all have our mad pooper. If you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Right.
Mad
Right.
poopers.
Right. All right. Let's do this. So which leads us into the internet video of the week, and someone had suggested the Family Feud fails, so we figured why
Yeah.
not? Let's see what we can find out. Let's see what we see. So
Heck yeah.
let's check it out.
We got the top 4 answers on the board, ladies. Here we go. Tell me another way people say mother. Mama.
Seems like an easy one.
I was gonna say that's like
Mommy.
Okay.
all right.
Sheila, tell me another way people say mother.
What about mommy?
Is it 2 words? 6 years later? Did you see that? What is it?
Did I get it out? Y'all had time to think of something by now. Hey,
I love Steve Harvey.
another way people say mother.
Okay, Steve. Nana.
100 women. How much does your purse weigh?
3 pounds.
Name a salad dressing you'd find at most salad bars.
Ranch.
Ranch.
Try again.
French.
Name something that happens in the month of April.
April Fools.
Fill in the blank. Pie in the what?
Horse.
Pie and the Horse?
Name a color
What?
in a traffic
Snoop.
light.
Snoop, how
Snoop.
much weed did Snoop smoke before that? Pie and the Horse?
Is that a Pie and the Horse?
Dude, okay, to be fair though, before they got to Pie and the Horse, they said name a holiday that happens in April. I legit thought he was gonna say 420.
Oh, did you? Yeah, no, I didn't. I thought.
What was the question?
I don't know. You were talking.
My bad.
You're like my old lady. Talk through fucking shit, then ask me. I'm like, I don't know. I was listening to you.
Rewind it. It started back like a couple seconds.
I can't rewind it.
Come on, bro.
This isn't a VCR.
DVR that shit.
Name something that a doctor would pull out of a person.
Okay. What about a watch?
A watch.
See, I would say a watch, like, or an object, like something like that, like a watch, a ring, something that like they might have swallowed. Not maybe a watch is too big, but like a quarter, money.
Yeah, this chick went somewhere else. She went the other end. She went exit only.
Name something a doctor might pull out of a person.
A body part. A gerbil?
What?
A
Richard
gerbil?
Gere. Richard Gere.
Yeah, what's that Stephen Lynch song? With Richard, I put a gerbil up my.
She said gerbil. Man.
She's kinky, bro.
Yo.
Yo, dude,
He's
she
like-
said gerbil. She said gerbil.
I heard about something like that once.
Let me just write out
I was in college.
first thing.
Yo. What if it was actually on the board?
It might be,
Animal.
man.
First answer. Oh, no pressure.
No.
Gerbil, just like that.
He said gerbil.
Out of this. Hey, over here. Gerbil. Gerbil. Name something a doctor might pull out of a person. Bam.
Gerbil, bro. Dude, gerbil though, like Richard Gere's drug smuggling. What?
After a good first date, the girl plans her wedding. What does the guy do?
After a good first date, a woman plans a wedding. What does the guy do?
Tells his friends.
What does the guy do? I think he goes home and rubs one out because obviously
Oh.
he get in it, and well, I guess he didn't specify, right?
No, that's why I was like, did he
Did they
did he
hook
get
up?
it?
Did he hit it? I'm still gonna go with what I said.
Goes on another date. Ah!
Nathaniel,
Plans the funeral.
plans
Plans a funeral. He must be
Dude,
married, yo.
damn. His wife's probably there too.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
bro.
he's like, that was not what should have came out of my mouth.
you sure sound happily married.
Wasn't him.
He ain't talking about you.
It was her.
Plans his funeral.
Come with me, and we'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
We all have that movie that scares the crap out of us. Maybe it's Hitchcock's Psycho, maybe it's The Exorcist, the Chucky movies, or maybe even the Nightmare on Elm Street movies or series, whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Any signs that they are slowing?
Yo, dude, is this guy an eccentric, big-hearted genius, or is he the madman of chocolate? You can ask my family, the people who've been in my inner circle for years. This movie scared the crap out of me as a kid, and now it's an ongoing joke. But in the early 90s, late 80s, and even the mid 90s, it'd give me nightmares. My dad would sing the Oompa Loompa songs, and man, it just mess with your head, right?
I've got a perfect puzzle for you.
But little did they know, I was right all along. Strange things were afoot in Mr. Dexter's, I mean Mr. Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Here are a few points without going too deep down the rabbit hole.
Up the airy mountain, down the rushing glen, we dare not go a-hunting, for fear of little men. Nobody ever comes out.
Yo, dude, how much you want to bet that was Wonka's cleaver knife, man? I mean, if no one goes in or out, like he says in that poem, how does he know about the little green-haired henchmen that are running around Wonka's factory? And think about it, why is he out there with an effing cart full of blades and knives? I mean, it's either dusk or dawn, and either way it's creepy. Which brings me to the Oompa Loompas. How do these candy minions of doom have specific songs and dance routines set up for each specific situation as each kid systematically gets killed off in Wonka's Factory of Horrors? I mean, think about it, bro. You can look no further than, for example, by each vehicle that shows up in the factory, right? I mean, yo, dude, why are there specific amounts of seats for each set amount of people that are left by the time each vehicle is showing up? I mean, you can look at the very beginning when after Augustus gets taken out and the boat shows up. Each kid and the two main adult characters are representations of the seven deadly sins. Gluttony was Augustus. Veruca is greed. Violet is pride. Mike TV is the sloth. Grandpa Joe represents envy. Charlie is lust. Or you can flip those two around. Either way, Willy Wonka, the serial killer himself, is in the form of representing wrath. For example, you know, when like Augustus is getting taken out, Wonka goes, "Help! Police! Murder!" I mean, think about it. A husky kid drowns in a river of chocolate. I mean, that's plus if you look closely, I think low key that Wonka gave him a low push. Moving forward, Veruca was greed, self-explanatory. Daddy, I want a golden egg. I want a golden goose. Pride is violet. And the funny thing about that is after she swells up like that big blue blueberry, right? Wonka, he mutters, they always become blueberries.
What the fuck, yo, dude?
What?
Who is they? Like, who becomes blueberries? Mike TV is a sloth, and then furthermore, looking at like why would Wonka have a shrinking device in a chocolate factory in the first place? And Wonka's response to the people and the kids being stretchy. Don't worry, little boys are stretchy, or whatever the hell he says. I can't, I'm not going to recite it verbatim. It's clear in itself, if you get what I mean. Grandpa Joe, touch him real lightly. What a Weisenheimerite. He's Bixby bedridden for 20 plus years and then is fine in a jiff. And lastly, while we're talking about these ideas, let's talk about the book's author for a minute, Robert Dahl. If you read any of the books from the Witches, Witch is a jacked up book. James and the Giant Peach, Matilda, The Big Friendly Giant, and Willie B. Slaying the Kids. They're all about, one form or another, kids being mistreated, for a lack of better words. There, check out the short stories compilation Kiss Kiss, where a doll explores the sinister side of human nature, and there's all kinds of messed up stuff in there. Ideas.
I don't care very much for chocolate.
All right, time for question of the week. We're going to do this every single week. It's going to be a question either submitted by you guys to our Twitter, which is @YoDudePodcast, or we're going to ask each other a question every week, whichever. You got anything, Jay?
Yeah, whatever's better. If you guys come up with some good stuff,
I'm sure we'll get some.
Ant will be sure to answer all the awkward ones. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we had one this week, so from me, actually. You remember when you sent me that link for that show part?
This ain't no Lacey Shea Bear.
Who's that?
She started on Party at 5.
Oh, see, I've never even watched it.
Nev Campbell.
I know that the chick from Scream was on that show.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I know. It's like I've never even seen the show. Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was on there.
Was she on there? Oh, she was like really young. Yeah.
Not really young.
A little bit before me. I think before I got like, I was really into those shows. No, I'm being serious. I didn't have a sister in the house.
I didn't either.
So did you watch Party 05 on loop while Coldplay was playing in the background?
No, actually I didn't. I listened to Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Sure you weren't listening like John Cougar Mellencamp?
Nah. Not Jack and Diane.
Or some Wham? Jitterbug.
Wake me up before you go, Britt.
Jitterbug.
Like, the 80s music was terrible.
Oh, bro, I'm questioning so much about you right now. Between the Clarkson and...
Dude, nothing to question.
Bro.
I didn't watch Party of 5. It was pop culture.
Well, if you read that shit with, like, Jonathan Brandis on the cover, that when you go grocery shop with mom at the local Rouse, you're reading the Teen Beats. Were you reading the Teen Beats? I didn't read Teen Beats.
I didn't either.
I watched Rambo. You were watching Jonathan Brandis in 19,000 Leagues Under the Sea or whatever the fuck. John Rambo's a national treasure, bud.
He's no Nick.
You just remember you drew First Blood.
He's no Nick Cage.
You can't compare Rambo. You can't put Nick Cage in Rambo's echelon. Fucking Cameron Poe. Cameron Poe ain't no Rambo. Okay. Don't clap for yourself. That's conceited. Yay. I keep thinking of Party for 5. Just the phrase, because I had like nothing to really associate. Because I barely even remember what the chick from Scream looks like. I just remember her name. Sure. Then when you said Nev Campbell, I low-key thought of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s wife or whatever it was. And then I realized that's not it.
That's from the I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. Not even the same movie.
I realized it, dude. I have a TBI. It's all in there, but sometimes it just ain't lined up right. Last week you sent me the link for that show, Dinner 4 or 5, and
yeah,
made me wonder like if I could choose five, I started thinking about it. It made it a little difficult for me because I kind of have interests all over the place, and I was like, man, do I channel it down into just music or movies or what? But who would your general five be right now if you just had to pick five off the top of your head?
Okay, so I guess for people who haven't seen Dinner for Five, you should watch it. It's really good. It was on IFC. Basically, the premise of the show is I can't remember the dude's name. John Favreau. Basically gets like 4 or 5 people at a dinner. They're all sitting around.
He's Bucky from Iron Man.
Yeah, Bucky from Iron Man. Yeah. Exactly.
Is it? No, is it Bucky? No, Bucky's the Winter Soldier.
No, that's not Bucky.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about,
dude?
I know he produces it and directs it.
No, he plays Tony Stark's dude.
Assistant. Yeah, I can't remember his name right now.
I'll figure it out. You go ahead and.
But he's also he also played like the cage fighter dude on Friends.
The replacement.
He's been in a bunch of shit, basically. So he gets people to come sit to have dinner, and then conversation just kind of goes all over the place from acting to whatever. Whoever's on, they talk about films, they talk about experiences, whatever. It's pretty good. So you want a good conversation. So off the top of my head, I would think like I want people who can have good conversations. So I'd start with Steve Barrow.
Okay, skateboarder.
Steve Barrett, nice. Skateboarder. Created the Barracks.
Oh, sorry.
He created the Barracks with Eric Costin. Does a lot of like content for skateboarding, but he also directed a film. What
film was that?
It's called The Good Life. It's got Zooey Deschanel in it. It's about Nebraska, which is where he's from.
Oh, is it like a legitimate movie?
Yeah, dude. Like it would.
It's not like a skateboarding film. It's a movie.
No, it's a legit movie. Okay. I have it on DVD. It's really good. He'd be I think he'd be an interesting guy because he's like Hollywood, or in LA. So he knows everybody. It seems like so. And he's also just got a really good business mind. And I really I liked the way he skateboard. I mean. But he has a really artistic way of skating when he skates, but he's had some injury problems. But I just like the way his mind works. It's like really pretty cool. So
it's been a long time since I followed skating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to dig deep. He was Team Birdhouse, yeah.
He was Birdhouse. Yep. He was in the end. He's the guy who. Yeah, he was in the end, which is like a super famous skateboarding movie.
Yeah.
Then he was on Alien Workshop for a while.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He was on Rob and Big. Most people probably know him from that.
I don't remember that.
Remember when Rob did the Tampa Am and he went to that facility and it was like a private facility? Steve Barrow's the one he bet.
Oh yeah. I remember now. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's probably what most people know him from. But if you're outside of skateboarding, but inside of skateboarding, he was married to the lady from Natural Born Killers. Can't think of the name right
now. Okay. The main lady, Parker Posey?
Jennifer
Lewis? Jennifer something or another? What is it? Jennifer Dreyfus? No.
That's the lady from Seinfeld.
Oh, no.
Julia Lewis.
That's okay. I was getting there. I was working my way there.
Dude, you went from the cheerleader lady in Dazed and Confused to the lady on Seinfeld.
No, that's Julia Dreyfus. So
that's
not the same. No, I don't get my lane mixed up, homie. I take Seinfeld seriously.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
So Steve Barrow would be first.
Okay. I was more of an Ed Templeton guy myself.
Ed Templeton's super cool.
Team Toy Machine. Oh, that wasn't me.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably go with I want a comedian. So. My favorite comedian is Chris D'Elia, but I don't think he'd fit. I think I've been on a big Bert Kreischer kick, so I think Bert Kreischer would be pretty cool. He just seems like he has like a natural like love of life and like conversation, so I think he'd be really good at. And he seems like he has a lot of crazy stories, so I think he'd probably be good to just throw in there with like a group of people because these are all people who don't know each other, so you'd have to have people who can talk. So I think he'd be pretty funny, have stories, get crazy, but also be able to
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his specials. They're pretty funny. I mean, I like those cooking shorts he does on Facebook right now, whatever
Oh
it's
yeah,
called,
yeah,
some burning or something like that.
yeah, something right.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, he's a pretty good guy. He's pretty common. I mean, he's pretty talented. Yeah, I will say he's no Tom Segura, but
Oh,
that,
shots fired. Shots fired.
I hope they see this because then it's gonna do a thing for them. You know what I mean? But yeah, but no, I think that's kind of like I know those two are actual friends in life,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
real
yeah,
life or
yeah.
whatever they talk about, or from stuff I've seen. But it's kind of yin and yang, like our friendship.
Yeah, I know you're team Tom Segura and I'm team Bert. So
Right. Well, no, it's just the way when you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna switch," I was like, "That's really funny." So I was like, "He's funny." I was like, "No, he's really funny." I was
No,
like,
yeah.
I think my personality lines up more along of
Probably.
Tom's sense of humor. The stuff that he finds funny is, I mean, for the most like his observations are more like along my lines of finding it funny.
Yeah.
During the stand up and stuff. But yeah, okay.
I
Next
can see
guy.
that.
Next person.
All right, so I'm gonna go next girl. How about that? Boom. Lisa Borders. And if you don't know, I know you know who Lisa Borders is, but for the people who are probably listening, they might not. She is the president of the WNBA, basically the Adam Silver version from the WNBA or from the NBA, commissioner, all that. So she's
she's not Adam Stern.
No, not Adam Stern, and it's not David Stern, and it's not Adam Silver. It's Lisa Borders, and she's really cool. She basically she did a whole basically 180 on the league. Got a lot of social media involved. Really kind of is growing the league. She's super awesome. So helping to grow the league and all of the basically the how easy it is to pick a player out of nowhere and give them more notoriety and be able to grow the league from where it's at right now and to where I know people compared to the NBA, but the NBA's first 25 years they weren't doing that great as a league either. So I think the way her mind works and listening to some interviews with her, she seems like a really knowledgeable business lady and also has a really interesting creative mind on how to do some things. So I think she'd be a cool in conversation.
Yo, dude, I can dig it.
So fourth would be Pat McAfee. If anyone who probably follows me on Twitter knows I'm a huge podcast lover. I listen to a ton of podcasts every week. And then, but my favorite two are the Pat McAfee Show and Heartland Radio, which are both on Barstool Heartland, which are run through him. I think he'd be really interesting because he tells good stories. Basically, all the people I have at the table can tell stories. He can probably get along with pretty much anybody, I think, and he kind of has a love of life too. You could tell he just kind of seems like he'd go with the flow. Kind of, we might end up in a drunk at the end of the dinner, and then that would create a cool story of itself. Yeah. So, yeah, so that would be pretty dope. I mean, I think what he did, obviously leaving the NFL and then coming, following something that he loves in comedy is pretty cool. I think most people, having money or not having money aside, that's pretty much probably everybody's dream is to go do that. So pretty admirable thing to just follow what your heart says, So I think it'd be pretty cool to have him at the dinner.
McAfee was the best kicker since Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of that,
he's actually really funny too.
Super funny dude, and just the way he talks about everything, and gives you the full experience of you could tell you could probably have a conversation with him about a random thing if you were at a 7-Eleven or talk deep knowledge of football. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty interesting to hear him talk. I think he'd be a pretty good addition to any dinner.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. I think I could do that.
Yeah.
All right, next person.
Last but not least, pretty easy one. You could probably guess who it is. My
Dave
favorite.
Grohl.
No, definitely
Dave
not.
Grohl.
No, we were talking about good musicians, but
don't let Dave Grohl get the best of you. He'll be here ever long for you, baby.
Yeah. Well, there
he
goes
said, hello. I'm waiting here for you.
Yeah, he's a big me over here.
Yeah,
big me fan. No, Chris Carrabba.
From Bayside.
Yeah, no, that's Anthony Ranieri.
I actually I have no idea what the guy's name from Bayside is, but I know who Chris Carrabba is, and I know who Passport is.
I know. No, Chris Carrabba. I know most people would probably know that do know me. Obviously, know I'm a huge Dashboard fan, and have been since they were like before they were big and before they were on everything. Before they sold millions of records on MTV Unplugged and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, that was a good album.
it was all the hits. It was like a greatest hits
No,
record.
I just mean the performance that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Production on.
Well, that's the cool thing about like going. It'd be interesting to see like because I've seen him. So I saw him 2000, and then I saw him. I mean, I've seen him a bunch of times, but like basically 2000, I saw him last year, and like even in that span of like 17 years from seeing like a start to the finish, even though I've seen him a bunch of times, it's still like every word to every song gets sung just as loud. It's pretty cool like crowd experience to go see a concert.
It'd probably be a good live
amazing.
show. They have he has a really dedicated following.
Oh, dude, definitely dedicated.
And I say he because when I think of Dashboard, I still think of him with his acoustic guitar.
Oh, well, I mean, it basically is, though. I mean,
No,
he's got pretty much a whole new band, other than Scott Shanebeck, who's been around for quite a while. Like, Johnny Leffler and Mike March left the band, and so now they have, like, a different guitarist and drummer for the last couple of years. But, I mean...
Chris was a school teacher at some point, right?
Yeah. So, that's basically where... From all I gather, that's where he started, and then, he wrote, like, he'd have a guitar in his office or something like that, and that's when he started writing. Because obviously he was the lead singer of Further Seems Forever at the time, and he was.
I see. I didn't know that. I didn't realize he was the teacher at the same time he was in that band too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay,
and then,
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and then so but a pretty cool start. I mean, especially kind of similar to Pat McAfee, like literally getting out and doing whatever. Like that dude started playing acoustic, like emotional songs in front of like hardcore bands. Like he would open for hardcore bands and get like quarters from them and shit. So anyone who can persevere through that to follow their passion is pretty fucking awesome.
I saw Reliant K in 1998 before they blew up. You talking about Matt Thiessen?
Yeah, Matt Thiessen.
Hey, dude, don't look so shocked, bro. I'm a hardcore Reliant K fan. Actually.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen's brother, right?
No, I did not know. Is it? No.
No, I was like,
what? I never made that mental connection. If that's like, true, I was like, man, that's like learning Arby's is really just pronounced the letter R and B's, and the A and Y is silent.
Okay, 100%, same thing. I didn't know for the longest time that the Arby's logo was a giant cowboy hat.
Oh man, no, I knew that. I'm not blind.
One day I was looking at it and I was like...
But when you see a word, you don't generally go, oh, gee, I wonder which letters are silent in this word.
He's finding out Arby's was really just Arby's, like, as in a roast beef sandwich.
No, I knew Arby's was associated with roast beef, but I never put two and two together that they just pronounced the word Arby's RB's instead of...
Arby's, like, as in roast beef. Yeah, it makes sense.
Not A-R-B-Y.
But you figured that out while you were having a high deal, right? A high deal?
Yeah, like a high five. Yeah,
so
actually, I don't eat Arby's, but
whatever.
Hey man, that stuff goes in my hips, dude. I don't hump a Cadillac on my back anymore these days, so I gotta kind of watch my figure. You know what I mean?
Watching your figure.
I don't go to summer festivals and do the river dance to Kelly Clarkson in my sundress. So. Dude,
okay. First off, so. Literally, I did go to see Kelly Clarkson. First off, free tickets. Second off, the opening of the Warrior Games, which was pretty awesome because it's all the like people who are injured and stuff.
You need to specify what Warriors team that was because the NBA Finals are going on tonight.
Not that Warriors. Those Warriors.
Okay, because I was gonna say, dude, you don't make
Warriors in 4 probably, but whatever.
Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 6.
I forgot the 6 finger.
Is it even the Cavs? Is it even the Cavs anymore? Or they just changed the name to the LeBrons?
I hope it's just LeBron. I mean, if you don't want to see if you don't think LeBron deserves that ring, then you're out of your mind.
Dude, if it was 1-on-1, LeBron would have all the rings in the world. But it's a team sport.
No, I understand it's a team sport, man.
It's a team sport.
Right.
It's not LeBron.
I have no dog in the fight. Other than my sheer passion for, my dub hate goes deep to like Tim Richmond and Chris Mullen and Chris Webber, old school.
Okay. Fair enough.
Purple and gold.
By the way, they weren't that good when they had Chris Webber though.
No, they weren't good. They weren't ever good at all until recently.
Well, they were good when they had Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullins, and Mitch Richmond.
Yeah, I said Tim Richmond, didn't I? Man, I'm so.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, dude.
That's how much hate you have. You just block them.
Yeah, dude. I don't even take the time to get the names right. Last time I saw them was on NBA Live '95 or something or whatever it was.
Dude,
Yeah,
NBA
that's
Live '95 was a legit game.
Yeah.
But me and my brother would stay up till like no joke, like 5 in the morning in the summer times, just playing. Like
yeah, I would play with my brother too. He's a little
Dude,
cheater. He's a little cheat. He'd play the 95, 96 Bulls or 96, 97 Bulls. I forget which team it was. And he would just run coach and shoot threes the whole time. And see, my brother was NBA Thomas. He was just shooting threes, and and I'd run up and down the court with Shaq. Shaq went on.
The at NBA Live '96, there's a hack. If you use the Raptors, I think it was '96. You use the Raptors and just use Carlos Rogers. Dude couldn't miss from 3, even though he couldn't make a 3 in real life. Like just raining them. Dude, I would use them all the time. Just whoop my brother. It's great.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it goes, man. Those are the days, man, when you can just like stay up to like 6 in the morning playing video games and just like not even care because like whatever.
Yeah, I don't get to play much video games anymore.
Dude, I don't play video games hardly ever anymore.
I do plan on disappearing for about 3 weeks in the near future when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. So prepare for that. If you guys can't find me, you'll find me on the range, bitches.
Hey, maybe you get out your gamer tag and people will play you.
That is my gamer tag.
Oh.
Xbox Live.
Oh, well, fucking fair fucking enough. I don't know, because I don't own an Xbox. You're team Xbox, I'm team fucking PS4.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like we're just two different people. We're like that Sliding Doors movie with fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. I got in one door and you got in
I have no idea what movie that is. I really don't. I don't.
I watched like 40 minutes of it, but I know it's basic.
What was that on the CW after the last time you watched Party of 5, or like was it wedged between the Gilmore Girls and Vampire Diaries?
My first daughter is named after the Gilmore Girls.
Is she? I had no idea, but that's really funny. So that even confirms my theory even more. Even more.
Gilmore Girls was a dope show. First off, you will not speak bad of Gilmore Girls. I'm down. I don't care. I'm a man. I could deal with it.
I'm sure it's a great show for the right demographic. I'm just saying I'm a little surprised that you are...
Dude.
I mean, I knew a dude overseas who was like the most hardcore, hard-charging man ever, right? He was in the Marines before he joined the Army. We just all assumed he was, a trigger pulling, crayon chewing, whatever joke you want to throw out there about the Corps, right? Yeah, hardcore dude, physically fit, dedicated, squared away, right? Yeah. And then he goes, "No, I was a mechanic." And we're like, "What?" And then no, this dude put me in an arm bar one time on one of those Bluebird buses. Dude, and I was bruised for like 3 weeks. I mean, he got me so because I wouldn't submit, and because I ain't know, what,
snitch.
No, I ain't no bitch. He was about to break he was gonna break my arm, but he really was. I don't know. I felt the flex, so I was like, ah. But anyways. He would, in his downtime, he would watch the OC and Laguna Beach because that was a thing then. And
I remember that time. I didn't watch. I never watched.
But you were cozy in the borders of the United States, eating your popcorn and painting your fingernails or whatever people.
Never painted my fingernails.
You didn't paint. I'm gonna hit up your family on Facebook and be like, "Yo, did Ant ever paint his fingernails black?"
Nope.
Once.
I never did.
Never once. I can say I didn't. I mean, I don't look like I ever paint. Some of the things you've thrown out during this podcast may seriously question you.
Yo, first off,
did you get mad when your father went to the city to see a marching band without you?
Hey, I mean, first off, that I don't even like that record. That was a sellout record. Fuck that record.
It wasn't.
I was down, but that was Mascara. When those motherfuckers were in Mascara in a fucking gymnasium at high school.
Three Cheers was way better.
3 Cheers way better. 100%. Yeah. I mean, that's like 2 different bands, literally, from 3 Cheers to Black Parade. But speaking of that,
Black Parade has its highlights.
No, it does. It's not a bad record, but it's definitely night and day. But I didn't paint my fingernails black, but I definitely went on like a hot 2-week run of Mascara. Tried it. Not a good look.
Fucking kidding me, bro.
I didn't have a beard then, and I was like a $1.4. I was like, I was tiny.
You're kidding. How old were you? How old? What year was this?
I don't fucking know. I was probably
What year was this? What year was it?
I don't fucking know. 2002.
That isn't that long ago, bro.
I could be wrong on the year. I don't fucking know.
Bro, you could have totally just saved your neck and been like, yo, it was like 97. I was going through like a Marilyn Manson phase, you know.
No,
like
I don't know. It's like,
I heard he removed a couple ribs and that sounded promising, like a promising endeavor. I was going, you know, like.
hey, dude, no. Marilyn Manson actually creeped me the fuck out. Dude, I have nightmares about
You're
Marilyn
gonna
Manson.
so screw me on that audio clip later. You're gonna cut that down, and people aren't gonna understand the context of that.
No, but for real though, but it was like 2 weeks. You know that shit, and the only reason it was 2 weeks because legit, I don't know how to get that shit off. Like you put that shit on, it's hard to get off.
Yeah, the closest thing to makeup I've ever worn, no legit, other than like costume makeup on Halloween or something for my kids or whatever, is the old school oil based camo paint that we used to put on.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, back in the golden age of the army, but
I bet you that shit fucked your pores up too.
Yeah, not as much as an IED, eh? Whatever.
Or
that Iraq moon does.
Well, no shit.
That A-stand sandpaper crap, you know. But yeah. You think we're good? Or?
Oh, I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, because this one went long. Cool, man.
We're good.
Hey,
everybody. We all remember it. First time we were able to legally drink. 21 years old. That's right. Someone's got way too drunk, fell down a flight of stairs, dislocated their shoulder, and woke up in a pool of their own vomit. But that's okay, because this isn't about me. This is about our newest buddy who's going to be able to go out to the bars with us and drink Con Air. Yep, this one's for you, Con Air. 21 years old today. June 6, 1997. This great movie was released, and now they're going to be able to go out to the bar and throw them back with us. Monica Potter, John Cusack, Vin Rames, Danny Trejo, Steve Buscemi, Dave Chappelle, John Malkovich, and who could forget Nick Cage starring as Cameron Poe. That's right, the ex-Army Ranger who just got recently paroled and now is going to have to fly in a plane with a bunch of psychopaths. We're going to eventually hijack that plane and he's going to have to fight them. It's going to, spoiler alert, he makes it home. Some random facts that you might be interested in. The director of this movie, Simon West, also is famous for directing the Rickroll video. Yes, that's right. He directed Never Gonna Give You Up, which pretty much everyone on the face of the earth has seen at least the first 3 seconds of. That's pretty dope. A couple other ones. Kid Rock's American Badass is based on Cameron Poe, the character that Nick Cage plays. That's right. Kid Rock. The man. The myth. The ball with the ball legend. Inspired by this movie. Kid Rock's probably throwing one back for Cameron Poe right now. Other interesting fact, this movie got 2 Oscar nominations. Not for anything to do with the acting, but for the music in it.
Baby, 'cause you know that you're everything good in my life.
Who could forget Trisha Yearwood? There's a couple things in this movie that literally are very memorable, and one of those is a bunny. If you've seen this movie, you know there's a bunny. The bunny is pretty important. That dude, Cameron's trying to get that thing back to his daughter. Says some memorable lines.
Make a move and the bunny gets it.
And then, some other memorable lines.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
That was all Nick Cage. Go figure. He's a national treasure. Well, that's going to wrap it up. This one's for you. Hey, Con Air, meet me at the bar. Crack open some cold ones and throw them back. You can drink today. Hey everybody, Ant here. Just wanted to say thank you for watching.
Yo, dude!
If you liked what you saw, definitely hit the subscribe button so you get first notifications when everything comes out. Also, follow us on Twitter at YoDudePodcast, at Matty Machine Gun, and at PatchBlackDFS.
I must break you. What? If you die, you die. Now go.